Should you buy the iPhone 17, the Pro, or the Air? Or just stick with what you have and save your money? This is a huge question right now with the new 17 lineup. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the whole 17 lineup with the pros and the cons, as well as if it's worth to even upgrade with the phone you have right now. So sit back and relax and let's get into it. So let's start off with the Air. Now this is Apple's thinnest phone yet, and it's even thinner than the iPhone 6, coming at just 5.5 millimeters. Now the big question is, well, is it durable? And the crazy part is it actually is. It is built from a titanium steel base, so it is very durable. And if you don't believe me, check out Jerry Riggs' video.
15. Oh! 216 pounds of pressure.
Now inside the phone, you are getting an A19 Pro chip, which is actually pretty solid. But the catch is, since it is such a thin phone, the battery has been the main focus about this phone. So if you are like a heavy user of your phone, I strongly don't recommend this phone because you're gonna have to charge your phone at least 3-4 times a day. And Apple did state that it is a all-day use battery, but we don't really know what they mean by all day in terms of them. And also in terms of the camera, it is a lot more basic in terms of the other phones, which is kind of crazy because Apple's always trying to improve their cameras, but clearly they've kind of went the other way with this phone. So this year's phone, you are not getting a 0.5 camera. So now the question is, well, should you really buy the Air? And it really comes down to how heavy of a phone user you are. Are you a person that really loves to use your phone and takes a lot of photos? Well, then you should really not get this phone because those are the two main qualities that you are missing out with the Air. But if you are that type of person that's been looking for like a really slim phone, and these phones nowadays are getting pretty thick, well, this is the phone potentially for you. I've gotten to hold the phone in person, and it truly does feel really nice because of how thin it is, since we're all used to these really thick phones. So all in all, this phone is really meant for those people who want that thinner type of phone. But personally, I'm not gonna get this phone because somehow it is more expensive than the base model 17, yet the base model 17 has more features. So let's talk about that one now. So this year's iPhone 17 is probably the best base model for your value. And I would honestly go as far to say that this is probably the only phone you should get this year. It comes with the A19 processor, which is really good for all your standard tasks like social media or your work or just simple gaming. But it also has that good dual camera, it has the wide angle lens, which is pretty much the common basics that majority of humans use for their phone. But it gets even crazier than that. For some reason, Apple gave these base model 17s 120Hz ProMotion display, 6.3 inches of screen, and an 8-hour battery life increase from the 16 from last year. So it's now 30 hours of full battery life for just a base model iPhone 17. So out of all the three phones this year, I strongly believe that this 17 is the best value for your money, and not to mention it has better colors than the 17 Pro. And finally, the 17 Pro. You either like it or you hate it, but I personally do really like this new camera plateau. Now, the biggest feature about this new iPhone 17 Pro is the vapor cooling system, which will help to cool your phone a lot faster than the 14, 15, and the 16. So with this vapor cooling, Apple does promise you're not going to get the overheating issues of those older phones, which is really nice. So hopefully overheating is just something from the past. But I bet you're wondering, why did they switch back to aluminum casing when the 15 and the 16 Pro was all about this new titanium design? Well, it's actually to do with the overheating. You see, titanium doesn't let heat escape as good as aluminum. So with the aluminum casing, your phone will be able to dissipate the heat much quicker than the previous iPhones. But because of that, you are prone to a lot more scratches and dents because aluminum is a lot more malleable. So I strongly recommend put on a case on that 17 Pro. Now another thing you are going to notice with the 17 Pro, it is just slightly thicker than the 16 Pro. And that's because they decided to upgrade the battery yet again, and it went from 27 hours to 33 hours. So this year's batteries is actually pretty solid. And the colors. It's a huge topic of this year's iPhones, and I'm truly sad to see the black is for some reason gone. So I'm probably gonna get the silver and the orange. Well, that color was also on my mind for the longest time because I really did not like it, but it kind of dawned on me for some reason, and I'm starting to like it. And that navy blue, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't really like it that much, so that's staying in third place. So for my recommendation of this year's iPhones is, if you've never owned a Pro phone, I personally believe that this year is probably the year that you get a Pro phone because you won't be seeing that overheating issue, and the battery life is just pretty solid. I will say though, please just stay away from that 17 Pro Max 2TB because you are crazy if you spend $2,000 on just a phone. So which one should you buy, and should you even upgrade at all? First off, if you are on the iPhone 14 or below that, this is probably the year that you should upgrade because you will feel the biggest impact with battery and performance. But now let me start from the best to worst in terms of iPhone. Starting off with the iPhone 17, like I mentioned, this is the best bang for your buck. You're getting almost all the Pro features without having to pay that crazy price tag. Bigger screen, bigger battery life, and it's a $400 difference. It's basically a no-brainer for just a simple common iPhone user. Next, I would put the iPhone 17 Pro, and like I mentioned before, if you've never owned a Pro phone, this is probably the year to get one, because you won't be experiencing that overheating from the other phones. But I cannot stress enough, just put a case on that phone because you're gonna notice all the dents and scratches. And in third place, I have to put the iPhone Air because I find it kind of crazy that you're paying so much more money, but you're not getting the 17 base model features. So if you are okay with losing out on the camera and the battery, then maybe this is the phone for you if you simply just want that thin phone. But do not blind buy this phone. Make sure to just go to an Apple store and just test out the phone first and make sure you actually do like it, because the last thing you want to do is regret the phone just 6 months later on. But all in all, this year's iPhone 17 base model has got to be the winner because of the price to features ratio. So to wrap it up, the Air is about the sleek design, the Pro is about the great performance, and the base model is a great all-rounder phone. But depending on what phone you have, it is probably smart to wait another year. I also do have a video on how to make your iPhone last longer, so make sure to check that out before upgrading your phone. Also, let me know in the comments below what iPhone or Android you are rocking, and if you are considering upgrading to the iPhone 17 lineup. But anyways, that's all for me. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I will be posting a video on the iPhone 17 Pro shortly, so do make sure to check that out when it's released. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and turn the bell for more tech videos like this. But anyways guys, that's all from me. See you guys in the next video. Peace.